Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do something a little bit different. I don't know about you, but I could count on one hand, maybe even half of one hand, how many times I've ever watched The View in my entire life. And The View is blowing up right now over this presidential election, over the results. And I kind of find it funny. They are arguing amongst themselves. There's a couple of them that are actually talking reasonable, like, why did Kamala lose the election? And that it was more of the Democratic Party helped lose it for her because there was no clear message. They weren't listening to the voters, what the voters care about. Number one, their pocketbook. Number two, their safety. The borders. Oh, there goes my balloons. But before I get into this video, I'm just going to do my disclaimer here. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Not based on facts. Do your own research, form your own opinions. I'm here to entertain. You know me, I'm just a blonde throwing cards, right? Okay, done, over with. I just want to see what's going on with The View. Are they going to totally implode, explode? Is this the beginning of the end of The View? Are they going to get canceled? You know, those types of things. I'm trying to adjust my camera, my overhead camera. There we go. But I was watching them and watching them cackle. And I'm like, oh my God. This would be a fun video to do. And I was just told by my guides I have the wrong deck. Hold that thought for a minute. I gotta change decks. Now we're on track. I was told Tinseltown. The Tinseltown Tarot is what I needed for today. So let's get on with it, shall we? This should be good. So I want to know the general energy around the cacklers of The View. Because that's the way I view them. And it's not just about politics, it's about other things. I'm sorry, if you are a fan of The View, not the video for you. I am not impressed by them. I used to love Whoopi Goldberg and some of the movies that she played in, like Ghost and, Sister Act. I thought she was funny. But then I got a whole new view on Whoopi Goldberg when she got on The View. I'm like, I'll never watch, as much as I like Ghost and Sister Act, I'll never watch those movies again. I will not watch any film that has Whoopi Goldberg in it because I have a totally different view of her. But anyhow, I digress. Let's see what the general energy is around these cackling ladies. Out of the whole group, I only saw two that was willing to talk sense and take responsibility and explain how the Democratic Party moving forward needs to evaluate their platform, evaluate their party, evaluate their message. Okay? So, what is the general energy, one more pass through, around The View? Okay, we got some answers here. Yes, it's a cold one this morning. It's still only in the 30s. Self-care. This is low energy, depleted. I can't make that up. Wind out of their sails. Fate and fortune. Uranus. So to me, Uranus represents, there's freedom written on this card, but to me, it reminds me of surprise. Uranus is a disruptor, is a surprise planet. It's like surprise, and they have this leap of faith and fool card on here. Uranus that is the ruling planet over the Fool energy in the tarot. But this is also about a fast change, a new direction. Makes me wonder if the producers of the View are going to say, hey, we got to change something here. Our viewer count, our ratings are being depleted here. This is what I'm getting. Release. Then we got cold. Silent. Temptation. This is the Seven of Swords. This is deception. And then we got nurture, compassion, love, sincere feelings. This here is speaking volumes. So, what do we have? Putting this together, we have that energy is being depleted right now. That change is happening. This is Wheel of Fortune energy. There is change happening. Ratings are going down. The energy of the View is being deflated because of their outbreaks. Look at the lightning. As you know, I explain this all the time. I don't always pay attention to the words on the cards. Sometimes I look at the images. And I see that lightning strike. I see lightning striking. I see volatile, stormy. So right now, it's very stormy on the View. And there is change happening. Self-deception. That keyword did jump out at me on here on the temptation card. I'm seeing deceiving themselves and misleading their followers. I just got to put it out there. So there's a sense of deception and spreading of rumors and lies. I just got to put it out there. That card came up for a reason. And I'm getting them shooting themselves in the foot. Because with this here, with this coldness, it also represents being silent. We've got a release card here. Surrendering. This is Eight of Cups, walking away. We have nurture, compassion, sincerity, wants to take care of you or take care of the people. And I see this as the producers or maybe even the network saying enough is enough. You got to change. What do they have to change? This is their energy right now. They have to turn to a more nurturing. I know that they think that their conflicts produces views, yeah. But it's getting out of control. Something's got to change here. If you don't soften up, then we're going to silence you. We're going to release you. The View might have to go to another network, if it does at all. I think that this alone, even without tarot yet, is telling me the View is in trouble. The last clips that I saw, I didn't actually watch the show. I saw some clips of what's been going on lately on The View. And the clips I saw, the last one, I didn't even see Whoopi in it. So, okay. Now, I'm going to interrupt this scheduled reading for a message to my Mystic Tarot Academy students. In yesterday's class, I mentioned how sometimes It's not necessarily the pattern you lay the cards out. It's the questions asked. And each position has its own specific question in the spread. And sometimes I don't even follow the pattern. I know what the questions are in that spread. I ask them and I throw cards on each question. And you'll see when the cards come out how I interpret them according to the position. Okay. Student message over. All right. If you would like to join my academy and learn tarot from me, enrollment is open. It is on my website, in my Etsy shop. Just go to mysticjen.com. It'll direct you directly to my Etsy shop. Okay. Lifetime membership to my academy, ongoing education and training and practices. Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right. Let's see what we're going to start with. And I already have everything in my head. Okay. So we are going to go with the core issue with the view right now. The Empress. Giving birth to a certain idea. This is rich and famous. Their views. My shit don't stink. I am correct. Valuing self. Okay? They're valuing self. What else? Page of Pentacles. It's about their contract. Okay. They learned to live a certain lifestyle. Everybody on the view. And there is something here about a contract. Maybe a contract renewal or giving birth to certain terms. Okay. What are that's their terms. What are their, that's interesting. I kind of want to know what kind of obstacles are they coming up against? What is their blockage or their obstacle? Six of Swords. Moving forward. Okay? So, they've got this here where there is a contract renewal that they need to maintain their lifestyle. They are very self-centered. That's the energy I get. And they've got conflicts coming up that they're having trouble. There's trouble brewing about them moving forward. Knight of Wands. This is taking action and moving forward in a certain direction. I get a lot of heat, which that's correct. And there may be a lack of commitment by the network, like I said before, to renew that contract. And they may be on the way out. Six of Swords is a transition. So they could be picked up by another network. For some reason, I want to say, is it ABC or CBS that they're on? I forget now. But whatever network that they are on, there's a chance of a release. And moving on towards another less, what's the word I'm looking for? A less restrictive network. I think, because as in the Oracle cards, we saw that the viewer, the ratings are going down. Not as many people are tuning into the view. And the network themselves has to make a change, and somebody else might pick them up. And And what is it about? What's going on behind the scenes that we are not aware of? What is going on behind the scenes and we are not aware of? We've got the Sun, exposure, 5 of Cups. There is a certain emotional loss and guilt. There is a certain regret here. But there's a sadness. It's almost like the spotlight being on somebody's regret. King of Swords in the reverse. Again, I get upright. The King of Swords represents strategic, represents truth, authority, clear thinking. Yes, he could be cold. These are your doctors. These are your, well, doctors might even fall under the King of Cups. Your attorneys. This is legal. In the reverse, something potentially, somebody coming against them. It's almost like they piss somebody off that they shouldn't piss off, and there is regret over that, and it is exposed. And that might be some of the reason why the networks want to let them go. Okay. What led up to this? What led up to the current situation where they are at right now? I think this is obvious of why they're worried about their pennies and dimes. We've got the 7 of Wands in the reverse. You see, she's got a fan there in the upright. Kind of a defensive stand. We stand behind what we say. We're putting up some kind of resistance. This is being at a weak point. They felt compromised. It's like, there's nothing we can do about this. We've got Temperance and 3 of Cups in the reverse. So what we get here is I almost get total resistance and people that are defenseless. And I get this sense of harmony and balance is disrupted right now by disharmony. All these people on The View, they're not getting along over all this. And this is recent history. And now, with all this, I think there is some heat on the network and on the show. That is what's leading up to a possibility of the show being released by ABC or whatever network they're on. Okay. What is the goal? What is their motivation? I want to know what the speakers on The View, what their motivations are to manipulate. Magician in a reverse. How about the network? What's the network's motivation? Wow. Page of Swords in the reverse and the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. This is not making us any money. This is not shedding a good light on our network. Okay? There's a lot of negative talk, negative tweets, negative reviews. And when we were once shown as somebody who cared, a network that cared about the public, a network that was thriving and nurturing, that's being reversed. We are looking, people are seeing the network, not just The View, but I think the network, and nobody's talking about the network that has The View on board. Nobody's talking about that, but there's things about the network behind the scenes. The View is affecting the network and giving them a bad name right now. Okay. What's the next steps? What's coming next? We have the Ace of Cups and the Page of Cups in the reverse. I hear it is what it is. Somebody will come in and replace the View. Or we are going to prevent any more surprises. And we're giving ourselves a cup of love. We're letting the fish out. And not happy. This is not a cohesive family. I'm definitely feeling like a release of either the show itself or replacing certain panel people, troublemakers. Because like I said, there were two of them on there, and they flat out said they voted for Kamala. They were disappointed in the results, but they understand why. They're analyzing things in a proper manner. What do Democrats have to do differently? Well, the other three are like, no, this is racist, this is that, and the other. And that's not what it was. Because Trump won the popular vote. There were Hispanics, there were African Americans, there were Asians, there were whites, there were all walks of life, rich and poor, that were casting their votes for Trump. Had nothing to do with any of that. And so there's certain cast members that are spreading nothing but hate, and the network wants to be a little bit softer, a little bit more, I think they want to be a little bit more analytic, a little bit more open, and definitely, there's one thing to have disagreements on a show like that, but not to the point of acting like teenagers, right? They weren't acting like adults. Total teenage mentality. Overgrown adolescents, okay? And that's the type of behavior that's not tolerated. It's not necessarily disagreements or conflict. That's what talk shows are about. It's in the manner in which they are conducted. Okay? And it's not supposed to spread a hate message, but yet it's okay to debate points. However, a majority of the cast on The View was going about it in the wrong way. And I know somebody who was a diehard Democrat who voted for Kamala, and he is a male, who has his own views on why he wanted Kamala in, and he was an avid watcher of The View until the election. And when he saw all this going on, he says, I can't even watch them. So there are viewers, and I'm just using that one person as an example. But there are viewers out there that are saying no. And I think that there's going to be a release. And I felt this. We'll see if I'm right on this one. And how are they viewing things? How's the cast of The View as a whole, viewing viewing themselves in this whole matter? The blind leading the blind. A majority is like crossing their arms, being still, choosing not to see reality, and blocking any kind of criticism or anything like that out. Okay. Any external influences? Nine of Swords. The external influence, I would say, would be the network. They are worried. This is what's out of the control of the member, the cast on The View. People around them involved with the show, maybe not on the show, but involved with it, producers, directors, etc., the network, are very worried about how is this going to come back on them. Okay, what are the networks hoping to accomplish? Nine of Wands in the reverse. They're hoping they survive it. They're afraid that it's going to make their network crash. Okay, what's the long-term effects or possible resolution? What is the long-term plan on this, or the long-term resolution? The Hermit. Okay, self-reflection. It's going to take a lot of self-reflection to get through this. There's going to be a lot of counseling, business counseling. There's going to be, and they're going to go into high. I think I'm hearing a low profile. They need to keep a low profile and some soul searching here. Okay. Four of Wands. If they want to survive this, I think they're going to go behind closed doors and discuss this for the longevity. I almost want to say, like possibly an ultimatum. But the long-term effects, they might put the View to rest out of fear. And there is a regaining of stability, a regaining of respect of their viewers, of the network. But they're going to do a lot of soul searching. Anything else here? Justice in the reverse. And they know that any injustices done, the things that were wrong, things that are out of balance, they need to bring back into balance. So I think their answer is the long-term effects, the injustice, the wrongs done on The View, the imbalance, the disharmony has to be addressed. It's going to be done privately with that Hermit. So this is not something, what I'm talking about today, we are not going to hear about in the public eye, in the public. It's going to be very, very quiet. The View gets canceled or transferred to another network. We're not going to hear about the reasons. We're not going to even hear that that's going to happen until it's about to happen. Like they might finish the season and say, we don't want you anymore. We're canceling. This is going to be this particular episode, and on whatever date is going to be the last episode on this network. Good luck. Adios. See ya. Don't want to be ya. And I think that's what's going to happen. That's what I'm predicting. Show's going to get canceled and or move to another network. I don't think that their current network, if it's ABC or NBC, whichever one it is, I don't think they're going to renew the contracts for The View. They've done a lot. They're going to be doing a lot of reflecting. They know that they are being judged in a negative way. And to regain the confidence of the public, it's almost like they're saying, I can almost feel like public's looking at the network and saying, you have false reporting. We don't trust the news that you give us. And it trickles down to any type of topic, anything that comes up in the news, any kind of court cases that might be out there, whether it's with politics or criminal court cases or whatever. We don't trust what you say. We don't trust you. So there is a lack of trust in the public. And the way to fix that, they got to do a lot of soul searching. And they are going to do that behind closed doors so that they could get their footing and rebuild their foundations. And yes, and I feel like in the process, the view is going to get cut. But I don't think we're going to hear all of those details. We just might hear that networks didn't renew their contract. Going to leave it up to speculation as to why. And the view goes to another network, or the view's done altogether. Let's ask that real quick. If another network is going to pick them up. I think they will. So I had that Knight of Wands as more of a renegade, more of a free-for-all type of network. I don't know what network that would be. I do not feel it is mainstream media. Well, we know for sure they would never get on Fox. I don't think it's going to be CBS or NBC. You know, the big guys. I don't feel like any of the big guys are going to pick them up. Maybe Netflix or something like that might, or Hulu or Amazon. But I'm just feeling like their days on major networks are done, or they're numbered. Okay, let's just ask, is there going to be another network pick up the view? Or are they done? 4 of Wands in the reverse. I'm going to do what shit. I always do this. Mystical something, mysteries. I'm going to do 7 cards. Upright is yes. Reverse is no. We got 3 uprights already. We got 2 no's so far. 6, 7. Okay, I think that we may have a tie with uprights, or well, we can't. Let's see. We got how many uprights? 1, 2, 3. 3 uprights. 1, 2, 3, 4 reversals. That's almost saying like a no, or not at the very least, not the majors. This is almost feeling like a contract, but not a major network. So maybe not even Netflix. Okay? Might be some kind of other cable channel or some that's not real popular. We have the King of Swords. This is telling me that there is going to be a decision made by CEOs of ABC or whoever they're with not to renew the contract. And the 4 of Wands in a reverse is no foundation, no cohesion, they're not going to be in the building. Okay? Then we have this 3 of Pentacles. So I think the group on the View, Whoopi Goldberg and Company, is going to try to... Why am I seeing Oprah? I'm seeing Oprah. Oprah has her own channel, does she not? Because, okay, we got the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Things not going their way. Ace of Wands. The end of the road. 7 of Swords. You know, caught with their pants down. So all their shit, no bona fide network is going to pick them up, is what I'm seeing here. It's the end of the road for them. But there is, the only ray of hope is working something out with Oprah. And let me tell you, right now, with Oprah, she'll play nicey. Oh yeah, come on over here. But again, she's in it for herself. Because she knows the type of viewers that she has, okay, who listen to her. And she's losing credibility, by the way, also because of her connections to Diddy. But for The View to stay on the air, I think that Oprah is their only hope. I think there's rejection all over the place. It's like nobody wants... ABC lets them go. Nobody else wants to touch them. But Oprah's not afraid to. But I think it's going to be short-lived because Oprah's not exactly looking very good in the public anyhow because of Diddy. Anyhow, I'm going to leave the reading there. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one.